Embark on a transformative journey with Whispers of Wisdom, a podcast where ancient stories, life lessons and spiritual insights converge. Each episode dives deep into the realms of mythology, exploring the timeless tales that have shaped our understanding of life, love, and the universe. Whether you seek enlightenment, solace, or a fresh perspective on spiritual beliefs, this podcast offers a serene space for reflection and growth. Join me as I share my spiritual journey, uncover hidden gems of wisdom, and connect the dots between the divine and the everyday.
Welcome back to Whispers of Wisdom, the podcast where we dive deep into timeless truths and bring ancient wisdom to modern life. I'm so glad you've joined me today after a little break. In this fourth episode we'll explore some powerful motivational proverbs, unpacking their meanings, insights, and how they can inspire us in today's world. Let's begin. 6. Every age wants its playthings. French proverb. The French proverb "every age wants its playthings" suggests that every generation or stage in life has its own sources of enjoyment, distractions, and desires. Explanation. As we grow, our interests and what we consider playthings evolve. Children may want toys, while teenagers might seek technology or trends. Adults often pursue more complex forms of entertainment or fulfillment, like hobbies, careers, or even material possessions. The proverb reflects the human tendency to seek things that bring pleasure, comfort, or amusement at each stage of life, even as those desires shift over time. This idea also speaks to the idea that people at different ages look for ways to cope with or make sense of life, whether through playful objects, experiences, or aspirations. Moral. As life changes, so do our desires and what we find entertaining or meaningful. It's a reminder that what one generation values as play may be different from what the next finds fulfilling. Here are some real-life examples of how this proverb applies. 1. Childhood. Children's playthings are often simple toys like dolls, action figures, or building blocks. These objects represent joy, imagination, and exploration. Their play is all about discovery and learning through hands-on experience. 2. Teenage years. As children grow into teenagers, their playthings shift to things like smartphones, video games, or social media. The desire for new experiences, independence, and peer approval becomes central to their enjoyment, replacing the simpler pleasures of childhood. 3. Adulthood. Adults often seek more meaningful forms of play, such as hobbies, sports, or travel. They may also indulge in material things like cars, houses, or other status symbols. These playthings are connected to personal achievements, desires, and self-expression. 4. Old age. In later years, the desire for playthings may shift again to more introspective or simpler forms of enjoyment, like gardening, reading, or spending time with family. The focus may be on peace, reflection, and connection rather than the material or energetic pursuits of youth. Reflection. The proverb emphasizes how each phase of life is marked by its own unique set of desires and sources of enjoyment. As we grow older, our playthings may change, but the need for fulfillment and meaning remains constant. 7. The mouth of a woman takes no holiday. Creole proverb. The Creole proverb "the mouth of a woman takes no holiday" humorously suggests that women are always talking or communicating, often implying that they are constantly speaking, sharing thoughts, or offering advice. It plays on the stereotype that women are more verbal or expressive than men. Explanation. This proverb reflects the idea that, in many cultures, women are often seen as more social and communicative, engaging in conversations and discussions about their thoughts, experiences, and feelings without pause. It may also hint at the emotional labor or the continuous role women often take in maintaining relationships, managing family dynamics, or keeping things organized through constant communication. It should be noted that while this saying could be lighthearted or comedic, it can also reflect the social expectations placed on women to be the emotional caretakers, to keep conversations going, or to act as the glue that holds families and relationships together. Moral. While the proverb emphasizes the unending nature of communication, it also subtly highlights the importance of talking, sharing, and maintaining connections. It reminds us that communication is a vital part of life, though it may sometimes feel unceasing. Here's how the proverb, "The mouth of a woman takes no holiday," can be understood in real-life contexts and its deeper cultural significance. Real-life examples. 1. Family dynamics. In many households, women often take on the role of managing conversations, whether it's keeping family members informed about daily events or navigating conflicts. For example, a mother might constantly communicate with her children, spouse, and extended family to ensure everything runs smoothly. Her mouth is always at work, coordinating, instructing, and providing emotional support. 2. Social networks and friendships. Women are often seen as the ones maintaining relationships within social circles. They may initiate plans, check in on friends, or give emotional support through conversation. This constant communication fosters connections and keeps friendships strong, showcasing that the mouth of a woman never takes a break. 3. Work and leadership roles. In workplaces or communities, women in leadership positions may be required to speak frequently, whether it's guiding teams, solving problems, or providing clarity. Their voices often become essential to the functioning of the group or organization, reinforcing the idea that communication is a continuous and necessary part of their roles. Cultural significance. 1. Emotional labor and expectations. This proverb also points to the concept of emotional labor, the unpaid and often unseen work of managing emotions, relationships, and communication. In many cultures, women are expected to hold everything together through constant conversation and emotional engagement. It reflects the cultural expectation that women are the ones who keep conversations alive, take care of others emotionally, and are always on when it comes to communication. 2. Stereotypes and gender roles. While the proverb might be used in a lighthearted way, it also reflects traditional gender roles. Women have historically been seen as the nurturers and communicators in families and communities, roles that often require an ongoing flow of conversation. However, these roles can sometimes be tiring or limiting, as they imply that women's voices and presence are continually required. 3. The power of communication. On a deeper level, this proverb highlights the power of a woman's voice. Communication, in all its forms, is central to building relationships, sharing knowledge, and expressing needs. By suggesting that the mouth of a woman takes no holiday, the proverb acknowledges the constant, powerful role women play in shaping conversations, societies, and emotional landscapes. Reflection. While it may appear humorous or exaggerated, this saying acknowledges the crucial, ongoing role of communication in daily life, especially from women. It encourages us to recognize the value of keeping connections strong and the work behind maintaining relationships through constant dialogue. 8. See with your mind, hear with your heart. Kurdish proverb. The Kurdish proverb, "See with your mind, hear with your heart," offers a profound message about perception, understanding, and empathy. Explanation. See with your mind suggests that observation is not just about using your eyes, it's about thinking critically and understanding the deeper meaning behind what you see. It implies using your intellect, logic, and reasoning to interpret what is in front of you, rather than merely accepting things at face value. Hear with your heart speaks to the importance of listening with empathy and compassion. It encourages you to not only hear words but to feel the emotions, intentions, and underlying messages that are being communicated. It's about understanding the emotional context behind what people say, rather than simply the words themselves. Together, the proverb emphasizes the balance between rational thinking and emotional understanding. It teaches us to engage both our intellect and emotions in perceiving the world around us, in order to truly understand both the facts and the feelings of others. Moral. The proverb reminds us that true understanding goes beyond surface-level perception. We must use both our minds to analyze and our hearts to empathize in order to fully comprehend the world and people around us. Real-life examples. 1. Conflict resolution. When resolving a conflict, it's important to see with your mind by understanding the facts of the situation, but also to hear with your heart by listening to the emotions of the people involved. This approach helps in finding solutions that are not only logical but also sensitive to the feelings of others. 2. Relationships. In a relationship, a person might see with their mind by recognizing their partner's actions or words, but to truly understand their partner's needs and emotions, they need to hear with their heart. This encourages deeper communication and connection, beyond just what's being said. 3. Art and literature. When experiencing art or reading a story, you might see with your mind the techniques, symbolism, or structure used by the artist. But to truly appreciate it, you must hear with your heart, connecting emotionally to the message or feelings the work evokes. Cultural significance. This proverb reflects a balanced view of human interaction, where intellect and emotions work together to create a fuller understanding of life. It encourages openness to both rational thought and emotional sensitivity, which are key to maintaining harmony and empathy in relationships and society. 9. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Saudi Arabian proverb. The Saudi Arabian proverb, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend," reflects a pragmatic, often strategic approach to alliances, especially in situations of conflict or rivalry. Explanation. This proverb suggests that when two parties share a common enemy, they may form an alliance, even if they do not necessarily have mutual trust or deep affection for each other. The underlying logic is that by joining forces, both can overcome a greater threat. The proverb highlights a tactical relationship where mutual opposition to a common enemy outweighs the differences between the allies. The proverb can be applied to both personal and political contexts, where people or groups might unite temporarily for a common goal, even if they don't traditionally share the same values or objectives. It speaks to the fluid nature of alliances, where practical interests often take precedence over long-standing enmities. Moral. This proverb teaches that in times of conflict, pragmatism and shared interests can lead to unexpected alliances. Sometimes, temporary alliances can be formed based on shared objectives, even if they are with people or groups you would not normally associate with. Real-life examples. Politics and international relations. In global politics, nations that do not get along might form an alliance against a common adversary. For example, during World War II, the United States and the Soviet Union were adversaries in many aspects of ideology and governance, but they worked together as allies against Nazi Germany. Workplace rivalries. In a workplace, two employees who may not get along could unite to face a common challenge or a problematic colleague. Their shared goal of addressing the situation could temporarily align their interests, even if they remain rivals afterward. Personal relationships. In personal life, two people who have their differences might choose to cooperate against a common problem or enemy, such as dealing with a mutual issue like a manipulative third party. While their alliance may not last, the shared goal of overcoming the issue could create a temporary bond. Cultural significance. This proverb reflects a pragmatic worldview, where alliances are formed based on practical needs and survival rather than on friendship or ideology. It can be seen in many cultures where strategic thinking and short-term goals often dictate relationships and decisions. Reflection. The proverb also raises questions about loyalty, trust, and the complexities of human interactions. While such alliances may be necessary, they are often temporary and driven by necessity, not mutual respect or affection. 10. Wherever you go, habit follows. Filipino proverb. The Filipino proverb, "Wherever you go, habit follows," conveys the idea that our behaviors, tendencies, and routines are deeply ingrained in us, and no matter where we go or what situation we find ourselves in, we bring our habits with us. Explanation. This proverb suggests that our habits shape us to such an extent that they are almost impossible to escape, even when we change our environment or circumstances. It underscores the power of habitual behavior and how our daily actions, whether positive or negative, become part of our identity. Whether we go to a new place, start a new job, or meet new people, our habits, whether we are aware of them or not, tend to follow us and influence how we engage with the world. Moral. The proverb serves as a reminder that habits have a strong hold over our lives. It encourages us to be mindful of our routines and behaviors because they define how we navigate life, regardless of our physical or social surroundings. Real-life examples. 1. Changing environments. A person who has developed the habit of being punctual will likely continue to be on time, even if they move to a new city or start a new job. On the other hand, someone who is used to procrastination will find that the tendency to delay tasks follows them, regardless of their new environment. 2. Personal development. Someone trying to break free from unhealthy habits, such as smoking or overeating, may find that their cravings or impulses follow them wherever they go. Even though they may move to a new location or change their social circle, the underlying habit persists until they actively work to change it. 3. Social dynamics. If a person is used to being the life of the party, that exuberant energy might follow them to different social settings. Similarly, someone who is quiet and reserved may find themselves naturally withdrawing in new social situations, regardless of how welcoming or unfamiliar the environment is. 4. Cultural context. The proverb can also reflect the idea that the cultural habits of a person, such as their customs, language, and practices, are often carried with them wherever they go. Whether traveling abroad or relocating to a new area, these habits follow, sometimes influencing how others perceive them. Cultural significance. In Filipino culture, there is an understanding of the importance of personal growth and self-awareness. This proverb encourages reflection on how habits shape one's life and interactions with others. It highlights the notion that we are constantly carrying our past behaviors with us and that positive change requires intention and conscious effort. Each of these proverbs carries layers of wisdom that apply to both ancient and modern life. Let's pause for a moment. I invite you, dear listener, to reflect. Which of these proverbs speaks to you today? Which message is your soul ready to embrace? Remember, wisdom is not just in hearing but in living these truths. Let them guide your actions, fuel your courage, and deepen your faith in life's journey. As we close today's episode, I encourage you to pick one proverb and practice its message intentionally this week.
Thank you for joining me today. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit from these reflections. Remember, the path to a virtuous life is one step at a time, and it's a journey we can all walk together. Until next time, stay mindful, stay connected, and keep striving to live by your highest values. Namaste.